Chelsea fans, after that disappointing 2-2 draw with Bournemouth, we still luckily sit 4th in the Premier League, but that game was not good enough. We went from playing like prime Barcelona in the first half to Accrington Stanley in the second half, and that's no disrespect to Accrington Stanley, because if they played us in that second half, they would have probably beaten us. We created so many chances and we are nowhere near as clinical as we need to be, and Enzo Maresca needs to be questioned in terms of what he is telling these players at half-time, because the difference in performance is outstanding. Having said that, there were some positives among a lot of negatives in this match. So in today's video, we're going over the 5 things that we learned from Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2. Did you know that 90% of the people watching this video right now are currently not subscribed to the channel? So make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content. Make sure you join the community and let's get into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is Cole Palmer. That guy, unbelievable, magician, my friend. That finish, the composure on him to receive the ball, do a little fake shot to sit the keeper down and then just calmly pass the ball into the net is something else. He now equals Mohamed Salah as the only other player to have 20 plus goal contributions in the Premier League this season. And he equals Eden Hazard's record of being one of the only players to have back-to-back seasons of 20 plus goal contributions so far. This guy is an absolute wizard and we are so lucky to have him. Yes, he may have dropped off a little bit in the second half today, but I don't think that was specifically his fault. I think that was a team effort. The team was not good enough in the second half, and we will get onto that, so make sure you watch to the end for these 5 things. We're going over everything, but this specific segment is for Cole Palmer because he's just an unbelievable player. You can call us Cole Palmer FC. It is a bit concerning that we can't seem to score without him, but he is just so magic that you can't leave him out of this squad, and he is honestly one of, if not the best player in the league right now. The guy's red hot. The second thing I want to talk about is second half starts. This is a massive red box for Enzo Maresca because how we start second halves of games is just totally unacceptable. I don't understand how you go from playing like prime Barcelona to Accrington Stanley. There's such a drop off. It's ridiculous, and it's becoming a reoccurring theme where teams that play against us will either go all-out attack against us in the first 5 minutes of the first half and we can't deal with it, or we dominate them in the first half, create a load of chances that we don't finish and don't put away, maybe score 1 of the 15 that we create, and then in the second half, they then go full-out attack on us, put the pressure on us, we can't deal with it, and then all of a sudden we could see 1 or 2 goals and we are losing the game or drawing the game at best. We can't seem to hold a lead. Second half starts, we drop off tremendously. We need to know what Maresca is telling these players at half time. How is there such a difference? It honestly makes no sense to me how there can be such a drop off. Yes, we make some substitutes. I made in my prediction video that I said that, the first half Caicedo would start right back to invert and accommodate Lavia and Enzo Fernandez. And Enzo Fernandez pushes forward, and it worked an absolute treat in the first half. I also said in the second half, Lavia will come off for Reece James. Reece James will go right back, and then Caicedo and Reece James will be the ones. Reece James will invert, and they'll be the holding midfielders to allow Enzo forward. It's exactly what happened, but I did not anticipate or expect the drop-off in team performance in that second half. I really, really didn't, and I don't think anyone can, and it's becoming a repeat thing, which we need to fix ASAP, Rocky. We need to fix this to be able to secure points and actually win games and hold leads. I don't know why Caicedo made that challenge in the second half. He was poor in the second half by his standards. He was massively off it. And the penalty you give away, it's a silly challenge. Why are you making that challenge? You could see he was going to do it a mile away, and he still did it. And we concede a penalty, and then cool. Like I always say, the attacker has the advantage in a penalty. You don't expect the goalkeeper to save it, and if they do, it's a bonus, right? So I'm not really blaming Sanchez at all. And then the second goal, no pressure. You left Ashampong on his own, who, in my opinion, did the right thing. Covered his angles as best he could, and jockey, didn't make any silly challenges. Rifles it into the near post, top of the net. Then all of a sudden, we're chasing the game. Second half performances, we are dire, and it really needs fixing. The third thing I want to talk about is no attacking substitutes from Enzo Maresca. I was on my live stream over on TikTok, which they are still coming here on YouTube very, very soon, just working out the last little bits. Regardless, I was having a chat with the community who were watching with me, and a lot of people were saying, we need subs. And for probably 15 minutes of that second half, I thought I wouldn't know who to take off. But from the 60th minute onwards, I'm like, cool, we need an injection of something. You know, you could take off Noni Madueke for Pedro Neto. You could take off Jackson and maybe put on Kunku. I know he gives us a different dynamic. You could bring off Sancho for Felix. Like, we need something attacking-wise to just mix things up and try and get ahead, back into this game and try and get ahead. 80th minute, we make attacking subs. It's not long enough in the game for these players to make an impact. And the fact that we managed to scrape something from this game is a testament to Reece James and his ability, and we'll get onto him in a second. Because we looked like we weren't going to score in this game. We didn't deserve anything from that second half based on how poor we were. And it is partly down to the man management of Enzo Maresca within the second half. Not making attacking subs earlier. And yes, all right, you want to look after Lavia, look after Reece James. I respect that, and I totally understand the way that that's coming. You don't want to change the whole team at once. I get it. But leaving it to like the 80th minute plus to make attacking substitutes, just in my opinion, isn't good enough. It needs to change. We need to be identifying any issues that we have on that pitch and rectifying them ASAP. The fourth thing I want to talk about is Reece James. This guy had a great performance today. Wasn't amazing, wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than everyone else on that pitch in that second half. And he looked very comfortable inverting from the right, which is something that we've noticed when he's tried this role. And obviously he's been injured and not injured and pre-season and sometimes in the Prem. He's not looked comfortable doing it. Right, it's relatively new to him. I know he played in central midfield for Wigan and things, but under Enzo Maresca inverting from the right, he's just never looked comfortable. But tonight, he looked very comfortable doing that, and he had a good game. And the free kick, absolute perler, little peach, just pinpoint, just all right, I'll take it. Bosh, 2-2, have that. Right in dying embers of the game to secure something for us, to get us a point rather than walking away with nothing, which is what we deserved in that second half. Reece James was fantastic tonight in his performance in the second half. And I'm glad. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's still fit. I'm happy that he's getting minutes. I'm happy that he's playing well. And I'm so happy for him to score the equaliser tonight because that's going to mean a lot to him. Our captain is back. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, you wanted him sold. And I understand that. I've made videos on it on TikTok and here on YouTube. And it's not that I want him sold. I've made the case that I understand the way these new owners work, and if they can see profit, then they will take it. I've always loved Reece James. I even said that in these videos. He is our captain. He is the Cobham boy, and I'm just glad he's back. He's fit. He's playing well, and he scored tonight because he was one of the saving graces tonight, especially in that second half because it was absolutely woeful. But Reece James was quality. And before we get into the fifth and final thing that we learned from Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2, I have one honourable mention. And that honourable mention is Nicholas Jackson. I've given him a yellow box tonight. And a lot of people will be screaming at me, and they have on my TikTok live, about how bad he is and how he's not clinical enough and he's wasted his chances, he missed his sitters. I hear you. I really do. And we are going to talk about that in this segment. The reason it's not a red is because of how well he played in that first half. In my opinion, the first half, he was unlucky. The header should be burying it. The rebound should be burying it. Hitting the post, any other day that could have gone in. That is genuinely just unlucky from him. The pressing, the defensive work, his all-round game other than finishing tonight, especially in that first half, was unbelievable. The way he set up Palmer's goal is he got away from 3 Bournemouth players with some tight control and strength. Played a nice little through ball to Palmer, who then calmly finished it off, right? He was unreal in that first half. He was everywhere. But it's the second half performance and the chances that he missed that just bring his performance down. And it's just such a shame. Because when we get onto the misses, my God, Jackson, you've got to start finishing your chances. I've backed you and I'll back you until the cows come home. But I'm starting to get to the point now where I'm like, right, you need to kind of help me to help you, bro. Because honestly, the amount of chances you have and you can't finish them is the reason why this game could have been 4 or 5-1. It is now ended 2-2. Well, say 4 or 5-2, sorry, and it's ended 2-2 because you've not finished the chances that were created in the first half. And it's not fair just to say it's just Jackson. There's other people that haven't finished their chances, but it's too easy to not address when you miss 4 or 5 sitters, and it's becoming more and more recurrent. I backed Jackson to get 20 league goals by the end of the season. I think he's still on course to do that just because of the sheer number of games that are left in the season, and he's currently on 9 Premier League goals. He got 14 goals last season. He started the season incredibly well and was incredibly clinical. And he's clearly going through a dip in form in terms of the finishing side, but he's still performing on the other side where he's getting assists and having good link-up play and hold-up play. But honestly, man, he needs to just finish his chances because it's actually crippling us and it's costing us points. And the fifth and final thing that we learned from Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2 is as a team, we need to be more clinical. We need to finish our chances. I know I just mentioned that in the section with Jackson because it's specifically about him, but now we're talking about the team. We have created 85 attempts in the last 5 games. 85 attempts in 5 games. And how many goals have we scored? I'll let you do the maths because it ain't very many. Now, yes, we're in a dip in form and we haven't won in the last, 5 games. And yes, we've got a couple points in between there. We mixed in with a few losses. But we could have won those games very easily if we just took our chances. It's gone to the point where in the last 2 seasons, we couldn't create enough chances. And then the last season, we were creating chances and not finishing them. This season, we've gone all the way to the end of we are creating so many chances that statistically we should be finishing them, but we've got no one to finish them. If Jackson isn't finishing them, if Palmer isn't scoring goals, it's worrying. Yes, we get the odd goal from Madueke or Neto and Felix in the Conference League and Kunku in the Conference League. FA Cup Tosin got 2. Like, we're creating that many chances that we are spreading the goals out a bit. But in the Premier League, it's becoming a massive issue that we are not finishing our chances. And if we don't fix this soon, it will become a massive problem and we will start going more and more down the table. We're lucky with the other results tonight that we still sit in 4th, but it's becoming very, very close. And there's now becoming a gap between the top 3 and us. Arsenal already have a 3-point lead, and I'm sure they've got a game in hand right now, so they could go even further if they win. And then that breaks that gap even more. And then it's basically 4th to about 9th at the moment. They're all within 3 points of each other, there or thereabouts. I haven't double-checked since recording this video, but it's about that. And again, that's very worrying. If we finish our chances, we can rack up some points, we can get some wins under our belt and go on a streak. Because at the moment, even if we had a poor second half, if we take the chances in the first half, because that's when we play our best football at the moment, we would be winning games 4, 5-1, 5-2, even 5-3. Because we play so poor in the second, we could afford to because we take our chances in the first half and we're just not doing it as a team. We've got people like Palmer. Jackson on occasion, hasn't been recently, but on occasion he's finishing as well. You've got Palmer scoring goals pretty much every week, or he seems to be like, where are we going to get a goal from? Cole Palmer. Like, if he doesn't score, don't know where a goal's going to come from. You have people like Neto contributing, Sancho contributing, even people like Cucurella contributing at times. But we need to be finishing the chances we're creating. When I saw that stat of 85 attempts or 85 chances created in the last 5 games, it just blows my mind. We've got no problem creating the chances. We just need someone to finish them. Now, a lot of people are screaming out for Victor Osimhen or Gyökeres or Isak. Isak's 150 million. We're not going to go get him. I don't think Victor Osimhen's going to come to us. I honestly think Gyökeres will end up with Amorim at United in the summer. That's just my opinion. Things could change. I would take someone like Liam Delap right now because he can finish. Could you imagine him in our team? With all the chances we create and someone like him who bullies defenders can finish, like natural finisher. You might get less of an all-round game in terms of what you get with Jackson in terms of hold-up or whatever, but he's still good at that. But he's fast, he can bully defenders, and he can finish. He's got the instincts to finish. He would score hatfuls in our team. He's homegrown, he's young, he played at the City Academy with Cole Palmer and people like that. I think we need to go grab him. We need a striker. Jackson needs competition. I don't think Nkunku's going to be here for much longer, especially with all the rumours that he has agreed personal terms with Bayern Munich and he's looking for a way out. Cool, I don't begrudge him for it. If he wants to go get more minutes, fair enough. I understand that. Guiu is not ready to be starting Premier League games. He's 18 years old and still raw. He's getting better, yes. We need someone to compete with Jackson. We really, really do. So those are the 5 things that we learned from Bournemouth. Okay. So those are the 5 things that we learned from Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I love having a conversation with you guys. And if you have made it this far to the end of the video, there'll be a thumbnail that pops up on the screen. So if you are a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content, make sure you click that thumbnail because you'll enjoy that video too.